Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa 𝐒𝐰𝐬𝐢 Stotara Sata Shishimali Divine Graces Compound Acharya Jagadguru Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa 𝐒𝐰𝐬𝐢 Stotara Sata Shishimali Divine Graces Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananda Gaudiya Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopina Shyama Radha Kunda Giri Gauravan Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mathura Dham Ki Jai Navadvip Mayapuram Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Jamuna Maya Ki Jai Ganges Maya Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai Itai Gauda Pramanandi. Oh glorious Assembly, oh glorious Assembly, oh glorious Assembly. Glory to Shishi Guru Sri Gauranga. Om Vishnu Padya Krishna Prita Bhutala Smati Vachita Shanam Jana Namaste Krishna Prabhupada Shita Shri Gaura Karana Shakti Vachita Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye Nashta Prayesha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Uttama Sukhi Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Namo Om Agyana Tirandasya Gyana Jana Salakaya Chakshuram Litam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamaya Dadati Swavarantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Uttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sa Sri Rupam Sagajatam Sahaganu Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahaganu Lalita Sri Visakan Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Hinavanyu Pati Gopisa Gopinata Rakanta Namastuje Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Vanishwari Prisavana Sute Devi Panavami Hari Priya Pancha Kalpataru cha kripa sivaiva cha paditana Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Granted Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4. Chapter 9. Dhruva Maharaj returns home. Text 11. Bhaktim muhum prapahantum tayime prasango. Bhaktim muhum pravahantum tvayime prasango. Bhuyad ananta mahatam amala sajanam. Bhuyad ananta mahatam amala sayanam. 𝐤𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐬𝐴 vyasanam pavadhim. 𝐤𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐬𝐴 vyasanam pavadhim. Ishe bhavada guna katam vrittapana matah. Leshe bhavada guna katam vrittapana matah. All right, you can try it.
Bhaktim muho pravahatam tvayime prasango. Bhuyad ananta mahatam amalashayana. Yena jasol vanamuru vyasanam bhavabhim. Yeshe bhavat gunakatamritapanamattaha.
Yeshe bhavat gunakatamritam panamataha. Bhaktim muhum pravahatam tvayime prasango. Bhuyad ananta mahatam amalasayanam. Ishe bhavada guna Matajis. Bhaktim, devotional service. Muhu, constantly. Pravahatam, of those who perform. Twai, unto you. Me, my. Prasanga, intimate association. Bhuyat, may it become. Ananta, O unlimited. Mahatam, of the great devotees. Amala Asayanam, whose hearts are freed from material contamination. Jena, by which Anjasa easily. Olbanam, terrible. Uru, great. Vyasanam, full of dangers. Bhava Adidim, the ocean of material existence. Neshe, I shall cross. Bhavat, your. Guna, transcendental qualities. Kata, pastimes. Amrita, nectar. Eternal. Pana, by drinking. Mataha, mad. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami, Sri Prabhupada. Dhruva Maharaj continued, O unlimited Lord, kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotees who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly, as the waves of a river constantly flow. Such transcendental devotees are completely situated in an uncontaminated state of life. By the process of devotional service, I shall surely be able to cross the nation's ocean of material existence, which is filled with the waves of blazing fire-like dangers. It will be very easy for me, for I am becoming mad to hear about their transcendental qualities and pastimes, which are eternally existent. Purport. A significant point in Dhruva Maharaj's statement is that he wanted the association of pure devotees. Transcendental devotional service cannot be complete and cannot be relishable without the association of devotees. That is the fact. If we want to perform pure devotional service, or if we want to be successful in Christian consciousness, we need the association of pure devotees. That principle goes even in material world. If you want to be successful in business, associate with those who are successful in that business. It is not compatible if a politician starts to associate with musicians. You'll not be successful, except you want to change the business. So with pure devotees, we will have their mercy, pure devotees. So in the fifth canto, it is advised, even if pure devotees are not talking to you, that is okay. Just sit with them, that is enough. Sit with pure devotees and hear what they are discussing among themselves. You don't even have to ask them for anything. You don't even have to ask them to speak to you. Just sit down and hear what they are discussing among themselves. You will develop their qualities. That happened to Narada Muni. The Bhaktivedantas were not talking to Narada. They were talking among themselves. They were discussing Krishna Katha. I mean, Dhruva Maharaj called it here, Krishna Katha is Amrit, immortal nectar. This immortal nectar. This nectar is shared among devotees, not among non-devotees. It is shared among devotees. And among devotees who hears, devotees who can hear, not just devotees, but devotees who can hear. Rukmini Devi wrote a letter to Krishna. In the letter she said, "My dear Lord Krishna, don't think I am a shameless lady looking for a husband. Don't consider me like that. Your problem is that anyone who hears about you will be attracted to you. That is your problem. My own problem is that I made a mistake to hear, because those who can hear, if they hear about you, they will be wrestling like me. So it is the fault you have and the fault of your devotees. Association of devotees, that's what will happen." And Prabhupada said, association develop good qualities. Just as if you have bad association, we will develop bad qualities. If you have good association, in which the essence of association is to hear, and for those who can hear, if they associate, they will hear about Krishna. And Krishna will be planted in the heart. That is the experience of those who can hear and those who can speak. 𝐶𝐤𝐬𝐴 Goswami planted Krishna in the heart of Mother Parikshit. It was not done through our medical system. It was through the ears. And he used the word nivista. Nivista means those who can hear, those who know how to drink nectar through the ears. They will have Krishna planted in the heart. That is the importance of hearing. That's what it means by hearing. Hearing, one who have heard must have Krishna planted in the heart. So it means that there are people who cannot hear. And Govardhan Maharaj gave an example of that. Those who can hear and those who cannot hear, they don't have the same experience. Although they will sit in the same place, they will sit in the same class, and the speaker is one. The speaker is one for those who can hear and for those who cannot hear. There's one speaker. They speak generally, not in a secluded place. They will speak in the public, but they know whom they are speaking to. So Govardhan Maharaj gave an example. And we also will see the same thing in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna, not in the secret. It was spoken in the middle. Dhira is standing here, Arjuna was standing here. In the middle was Krishna. Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita in the middle of two persons. One heard, one did not hear even one word. Dhira didn't hear one word from Krishna. Arjuna had everything. So Krishna didn't speak Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna in a secluded place. Why Dhira did not hear? It was spoken in the public. He was present. Why he didn't hear? And it is not that Krishna whispered it to Arjuna. Okay, Krishna whispered. No, he spoke openly. Why Dhira did not hear? he does not have the mercy of Krishna to hear. He doesn't have the mercy. Why doesn't he have the mercy? He's not a devotee. Only a devotee will have the mercy of Krishna, and only a devotee will hear. So Arjuna had the guitar, and he acted upon that when it was planted in his heart. Arjuna acted upon that. The same with 𝐁𝐸𝐴 Goswami. He spoke Bhagavatam. Maharaja Parikshit had everything completely. He acted upon it. So Govardhana Maharaj said, yes, hearing is a science. It is. Rukmini Devi is saying, those who can hear, they will hear, and their life will be transformed. Srila Prabhupada said, the International Society for Christian Consciousness is established to give chance for hearing. It is for hearing. This movement is meant for hearing. It's established to give chance for people to hear. So we should hear, and we should hear. If we hear, we will see the difference. The Arjuna's experience will become our experience. Parikshit Maharaj's experience will become our experience because it is everything. Arjuna's experience will become our experience. So Govardhana Maharaj gave an example. And two ladies went to hear Bhagavatam. For 7 days, they were hearing. One who takes shelter of Krishna by chanting Krishna's name will easily cross the ocean of material existence. He repeated this throughout the whole 7 days he was speaking. One who takes shelter of Krishna by chanting Krishna's holy name, and one will easily cross the ocean of material existence. They were hearing. They were hearing. The final day, they were crossing the river. While they were hearing, there was a heavy rain. The river became full. So the two ladies came. One jumped inside. So remember, the speaker had said, take shelter of Krishna by chanting Krishna's holy name. You cross the ocean of material existence. So he said, this is not an ocean, this is a river. So it's easier. So he chanted and she crossed the other side. The second lady sank. She was calling to the lady. The lady said, you didn't hear the lecture. The lecturer said, you should chant the name, you should depend on Krishna, take shelter, chant the name, you cross over. I chanted and crossed, chant also and cross. She couldn't chant. Why? Because she didn't hear. She couldn't chant. But she attended the lecture for 7 days, like other lady. So one who hears about Krishna will have Krishna planted in the heart. So Dhruva Maharaj is explaining, is offering the prayer. Oh unlimited Lord, kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotees. I may have association of great devotees. Who are the great devotees? Who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly. Great devotees, they engage in Christian consciousness, not sometimes, constantly. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam. Not 7 days. Bhagavatam is not for 7 days. Bhagavatam is eternal. It's eternal. We should hear constantly, eternally. That is the food for the soul. That's the food for the soul. Kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotees who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly. as the waves of a river constantly flow. This is a blessing, this is a fortune, to have association of great devotees who constantly engage in devotional service of Krishna, constantly. One is considered a great devotee who engages in Krishna consciousness, who engages in devotional service. Devotional service, not service, devotional service. Devotional service, it is service which gives Krishna pleasure, not just activity. Devotional service, activity which gives Krishna pleasure. Activity which gives Krishna pleasure is activity that is not motivated by any material desire. Activity which is motivated by the desire to please Krishna, to give Krishna satisfaction, to make Krishna happy. That is devotional service. It is pleasing to the ear, it is pleasing to the heart, it is pleasing to the whole universe. That's a devotional service. Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj said, please give me this favor. Give me this favor. Give me this opportunity. Give me this chance. Make me fortunate to desire the association of pure devotees. Let me desire only the association of pure devotees who constantly engages in their loving devotional service. That loving devotional service is like it's a flow, like a river. It flows like a river, like an ocean. That means there is no end. It does not become dry. It's an ocean. So transcendental devotees are completely situated in an uncontaminated state of life. Uncontaminated state of life. Devotional service purifies our existence and promotes us to a transcendental position. Transcendental position is a situation uncontaminated. Uncontaminated. Yesterday we were discussing the life of Bhakti Maharaj. Bhakti Maharaj was asking 𝐁𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐭𝐢 Swami, how is it possible for a sales gratifier to become so absorbed in devotion? We don't see a politician being a devotee or a devotee being a politician. They're not compatible. So, Bhakti Maharaj is asking, looking at the life of Bhakti Maharaj, he is a sense gratifier. But how can a sense gratifier be so absorbed in bhakti like this? I am surprised. Can you explain this? And 𝐁𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐭𝐢 Swami answered, a sense gratifier cannot be so absorbed in Krishna consciousness because it contaminates and pollutes the heart. Just you see a person who is seemingly, externally seems to be a sense gratifier, but is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness means he's a pure devotee. He's a pure devotee. His activity is never contaminated. He is on a transcendental platform, never contaminated by illusory energy of Krishna. Dhruv Maharaj wants association of these devotees. He wants association of these devotees. By the process of devotional service, I shall surely be able to cross the nation's ocean of material existence, which is filled with the waves of blazing, fire-like dangers. Dhruv Maharaj is very convinced about the process of devotional service. He's fully convinced. By the process of devotional service, I shall surely, he's convinced. If you are doing something which you are not fully convinced, we will not get the perfect result from it. Because we will not give in our best. If we are convinced, we will give our best. And by giving our best, we'll also get the best result. Because there will not be reservation in our practice. So he's sure that one who takes to Krishna consciousness fully will surely transcend nations. It will be very easy for me, for I am becoming mad. Yes, I'm becoming mad to hear about their transcendental qualities and pastimes, which are eternally existent. It is a sign of making advancement in Krishna consciousness that our interest to hear about Krishna will be increasing. And the desire to hear will be burning. With burning in the heart, the desire to hear, the desire to associate with devotees, the desire to serve the Lord will be burning in the heart of those who are making advancement or those who are properly situated in Krishna consciousness. The Dhruva Maharaja is having that experience. We have several times mentioned the example of those whose desire to hear is burning within them. Hanumanji. Hanuman seated in class. At the end of the class, Sareya Vijaja, Hanuman doesn't chant that. He will sit there. What is he waiting? He's waiting for the next class. Anyone who is trying to be aloof from this Christian consciousness society and yet engaged in Christian consciousness is living in a great hallucination. For this is not possible. From this statement by Dhruva Maharaj, it is clear that unless one is associated with devotees, his devotional service does not mature. It does not become distinct from material activities. We are chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna mantra is directly the holy name of Krishna. Directly. So we are having direct connection with Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. By serving the deities, we are directly associating with the deity. This is direct. By hearing about Krishna, we are directly connected with Krishna. So because we have all this direct connection with Krishna, do we need anything else? Do we need association of a pure devotee? We are already directly connected with Krishna. Do we still need a pure devotee? Is there any need? Is there any need to connect through a pure devotee to Krishna by chanting the name? You are directly, Krishna is hearing the name. He's hearing his name, which we are chanting. He's hearing, and he's responding to the name we're chanting. We're serving the deity directly, you are touching the Lord directly, you are feeding him directly, you are chanting his mantra. He's hearing you directly. We are directly connected with Krishna. Hearing also, we are connected with Krishna by hearing. With all this direct connection with Krishna, do we still need a spiritual master? Is it necessary? You're already connected. You're taking Christian prasadam, you're directly having the mercy. When you see the deity, do you need someone to give you eye? You need interpretation? Someone to see? Yeah, you already seeing Krishna directly with our eyes. With all this, is there any need for a spiritual master? What do you think? Huh? You are directly connected with Krishna. What would he do? Huh? When you say yes, well, what will he do? What will he do? Yes, I agree with you, but what will he do? What would he do? You're already doing what he would do. So, Well, what's the need? What's the need? People say there is a need for expression. I don't know. What is the need?
Just like we have in the school, we have the textbook. But why we need the teacher? The students can say, I can read the book, the same thing. So there must be the teacher to explain the contents of the book, because he has not realized the contents of the book. So that this is the need of the need of a teacher, just like you have the scripture, the need of a guru.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. One Indian lady asked Prabhupada, your book is not different from you. This purport is your ecstasy. Prabhupada said, yes. So if you are not here physically, it is sufficient for me. If I'm reading your purport, I'm directly connected with you. It's sufficient. So Papa said, no. And he gave an example of what you gave. You cannot go to bookshop and buy a medical book and read and become a doctor. You have to go to medical college. You must go to medical college. No, I have this. I read everything completely. Give me any disease, I will cure it. Where is your certificate? You can do that, but where is your certificate? Where is that necessary? Why is that? Where is that necessary? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, we're talking to Devanand Pandit. Devanand Pandit. You cannot become a devotee by studying the book. And you cannot understand even this book if you don't go to a devotee to teach. You cannot understand it. So yes, we are chanting the holy name directly, connected with Krishna. We are seeing the deity directly. But who taught you how to chant? Who taught you the deity worship? Who will explain the book for you to understand? Who will give you the mercy? Who will give the mercy? To understand depends on the mercy of Krishna's pure representative. The Krishna was speaking to Arjuna when he told him, go and approach a guru. He was speaking to Arjuna directly. He told him, you should go and meet a guru to understand the message I'm giving to you. Go to a guru. He will teach you because he has seen me, Tattvadarshi. He has seen Krishna. He can reveal Krishna to you. That is the process. It is revelation. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastise him. You wasting your time. You are speaking Bhagavatam. You never feel anything. Every syllable of Bhagavatam is full of nectar. And devotees who have ear, who can hear, when they hear just one word, they will fall in ecstasy. You are speaking Bhagavatam, nothing is coming from you. And Srivas Pandit, who is a devotee, Srivas, who is association, even Ganga that purifies living entities desire his association. He came to hear your Bhagavatam. You are students who are fools like you. The disciple will build it, they're like the guru. If the teacher is a fool, what will be the student? They will also be fools. Of course, not in all cases. We have so many pure devotees whose disciples are fools. They don't resemble their guru. That is also there. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, see, only he came to your Bhagavatam, and when he sat in the class, he was hearing. You are speaking, there's nothing that comes from you. But he was simply hearing because he can hear. He was hearing Bhagavatam, and he fell unconscious and he cried. He cried and fell unconscious. You are students who are fools like you. Look at each other. We cannot hear anything from this man disturbing our class. How long are we going to tolerate this? They picked Srivas and dumped him in the street. You did nothing to check their nonsense because you are like them. Can you tell me what is the offense of seeking husband? Can you tell me what is your offense? You are speaking Bhagavatam. Did you understand Bhagavatam? You cannot understand it because you don't have the mercy of a devotee. Here, Dhruva Maharaj is begging the Lord for the mercy to have the association of pure devotees so he can hear and be able to understand. And he got it. He got the blessing from his spiritual master to hear. For him to get it, he made the sacrifice. He made the sacrifice. Dhruva Maharaj left his father's kingdom. It's in Kanpur. Uttanapat Maharaj is from Kanpur. From Kanpur to Vrindavan by car, it takes 6 hours. With the third road, 6 hours. Dhruva Maharaj didn't use car. At that time, there was no road. Not even that is it. There was no road. There's no car, there was no road. And it's a jungle. We know what is the jungle. The jungle is full of dangerous animals. He was a 5-year-old boy. What can a 5-year-old boy do? 5 years old, not a big man. With Kshatriya, who has all the equipment to enter the forest fearlessly and fight with those animals. He was a small boy. Of course, he's a Kshatriya, he had no weapon. The only weapon he had to come from Kanpur to Vrindavan, Mathura, was the determination to achieve the goal of his life. That was his weapon. Only the determination. He came with that determination. Dhruva. And he didn't meet Narada Muni anywhere until he made the complete sacrifice. He made the sacrifice, taking such a great risk. And he came to Mathura. It is in Mathura he met Narada Muni, his spiritual master, and he tested him. Small boy, where are you going? Your father is looking for you. Go back. Dhruva Maharaj said, you are Krishna? Get out. Get out from me. He doesn't have anything in his mind except the determination to achieve his goal. That's a devotee. Huh? A devotee. One pinpointed attention. That's a devotee. Who will hear? Who has the qualification to hear? One pinpointed attention. So Namuni said, this is really true, right? My boy, you're looking for Krishna. It's okay, come. He passed the test. Then Namuni taught him the process, the principle. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And he didn't ask him to sit there. He had to send him from Mathura to Madhuban. That time also, the first time I went to Madhuban, the mud to walk there, it reached the knee. Yes. This time, Dhruva Maharaj, that was Satya Yoga. What do you think it to be by that time? Huh? But he still went there. He went there. It is there he sat down and perfected his Krishna consciousness. But the mercy is by the mercy. The mercy of devotees. So, the mercy of Krishna is not with Krishna. The mercy of Krishna is with Krishna's pure devotees. That is where we get the mercy. So we should seek the association of pure devotees if we want to be successful in Krishna consciousness. Like Dhruva Maharaj. The Lord says, Satam prasangam mama birya sambidu bhavanti hrit karna rasayana. This is Bhagavatam 3:25-25. Rasayana. Only in association of pure devotees can the word of Lord Krishna be fully potent and reachable to the heart and ear. Dhruva Maharaj explicitly wanted association of devotees. That association in devotional activities is just like the waves of an incessantly flowing river. In our Krishna Consciousness Society, we have full engagement 24 hours a day. Every moment of our time is always busily engaged in the service of the Lord. This is called the incessant flow of devotional service. A Mayavadi philosopher may question us. You may be very happy in the association of devotees, but what is your plan for crossing the ocean of material existence? Dhruva Maharaj's answer is that it is not very difficult. He clearly says that this ocean can be crossed very easily if one simply becomes mad to hear the glories of the Lord. Bhavad Guna Kata. For anyone who persistently engages in hearing the topics of the Lord from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐿, and who is actually addicted to this process, just as one becomes addicted to intoxicants, it is very easy to cross the nations of material existence. We have to become an addict. And to become an addict, we have to associate with those who are already addicted. That's the process. The ocean of material nations is compared to a blazing fire. But to a devotee, this blazing fire is insignificant because he is completely absorbed in devotional service. Although the material world is blazing fire, to a devotee it appears full of pleasure. Bishwam Purna Sukhayate. Why is that? A devotee does not feel the blazing forest fire of material existence. Lord Krishna himself, he explained it. Lord Krishna was chastising Satyabhama, who became jealous of Rukmini Devi, and her jealousy expanded not only to Rukmini Devi, to the gopis, and Krishna couldn't take it. Krishna started chastising her. But try to understand, Krishna's chastisement is the mercy. It's not what we think, oh, chastisement is horrible. But actually, chastisement is not horrible. Chastisement is blissful. For those who are making advancement in Krishna consciousness, chastisement is powerful. Powerful. Very nice. So Krishna was talking to his wife Satyabhama. My dear daughter of, who is that? Who's her father? Satyajit, thank you. Oh, daughter of Satyajit. Why Krishna referred to Satyajit? Krishna knows her name. He could have called her Satyabhama, my dear queen. But he said daughter of Satyajit. Why is you Satyajit? Why he didn't call her name directly? Satyabhama. Why did he go very far to Satyajit? Because Satyajit is attached to sanctification. So he connected her. Your father, you are behaving like your father. A materialistic person will be envious. A devotee is not envious. You are jealous. Why you are jealous? Let me tell you, if the gopis tell me to leave Dwarka, I will do immediately. If that will satisfy me peaceful. That is the reason why he asked, you still see me with you. Otherwise, I would have loved you a long time. I would have lived you a long time. But I'm still here because Rukmini wrote a letter to me. In the letter, she said, if you don't come and take me as your wife, I will not get myself, not even a dream, think of Susupal. I will intensify my austerity so that next life I will get you as my husband. When I read her letter, I was moved. Oh, my devotee cannot suffer. Therefore, I came. That's the reason why I got married to all of you. I don't have interest in marriage. I did it because oh, you are my devotees. All of you are my devotees, and I cannot see you suffering. That's the reason. And let me tell you another reason why I got married to all of you. Krishna married 16,108. Why? Because there are 16,100 special gopis. So to remind Krishna about these gopis in Vrindavan, he also married 16,108 wives. This is a replica of his special gopis in Vrindavan. That's the reason why I did this. So Lokesa said, let me tell you don't know anything. Let me tell you. Vrindavan is where I have my exceptional devotees. When I see the devotion of my devotees in Vrindavan, I become absorbed in that trance, in that loving sentiment, loving offerings of my devotee that I forgot day and night. I did not remember how days are passing. Absorption in Krishna consciousness will make one completely oblivious to what is happening externally. That is the nature of purity. One will never feel what is happening outside. For a devotee, feeling the pangs of material existence means we are not absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is very, very practical. It produces the result of what we are practicing. It shows the result of what we are practicing. I don't know how days and nights are passing because of my absorption in the lovely dealings of my devotees. Days are passing. I didn't know. That is Bhakti. And it will come through the devotees of Krishna. We get Bhakti from Bhaktas, not from philosophy or philosophers. The purport of this statement by Dhruva Maharaj is that devotional service in the association of devotees is a cause of the development of further devotional service. By devotional service only is one elevated to the transcendental planet, Goloka Vrindavan. And there also, there is only the devotional service. For the activities of devotional service, both in this world and in the spiritual world, are one and the same. Devotional service does not change. So therefore, it is absolute. Absolute. Anything which is absolute does not change with time or space. It is the same all the time. All the time. It's absolute. The spiritual world is absolute. Devotional service is absolute. They don't change. Time does not affect them. Space does not affect them. Nothing affects them because they are absolute by nature. The example of a mango can be given here. If one gets an unripe mango, it is still a mango. And when it is ripe, it remains the same mango. But it has become more tasteful and relishable. Similarly, there is devotional service performed according to the direction of the spiritual master. That is Bhakti, practicing devotion. And the devotional service in the spiritual world, rendered directly in association with the Supreme Personality of God. But they are both the same. There is no change. The difference is that one stage is unripe and the other is ripe and more relishable. It is possible to mature in devotional service only in the association of devotees. Hare Krishna. Comments, questions? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the beautiful class.
Thank you for your contribution.
Theme of the class about hearing process.
Yes.
So we hear a lot of classes, and as you have said in the class, there must be transformation of the heart. So hearing is one thing, and transformation of the heart is another thing. So in between, what should we engage in to have this transformation of the heart after hearing?
Thank you very much. Pandabanda Sakura said, devotees who hear, devotees who hear, the proof that one has heard is that we processing that. We processing that. Theory does not make perfect. It's the practice that is perfect. So after hearing, which is theory, what to do? We practice, and then perfection will come. So between the perfection and the process of hearing, we should practice. Many of us does not practice, but we are not hearing. For one who hears must practice. That is the proof. Hearing is different, and we must have the qualification to hear. The qualification to hear, they are mentioned in our scripture. Here, Krishna 𝐾𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐿 is what? Service to a pure devotee. Service to a pure devotee will give us qualification to hear about Krishna. Be eager to hear about Krishna. Just as one who is very hungry would eat voraciously, is it not? One who is hungry will eat. One who is not hungry will not eat. Similarly, one who is very comfortable in this material world will not have interest in Krishna, will not hear, eager to hear about Krishna. Our eagerness to hear about Krishna. So if you want to hear, we must have faith in the person who is speaking. If you don't have this faith in the speaker, I know all the sloka you're going to recite. I know your style of lecture. You're going to tell me to fast, 𝐸𝐴𝐴𝐴. I know the lecture you're going to do. So if I go to such a class, you will not hear one word. You'll be cheated. When did you join this movement? I'm 100 years above you. So as you speak, you should hear. If you go to such a class, you're going to sleep. You will never hear one word. Because already we have created the demarcation between us. You will never hear anything. Humility is required. If you want to hear, humility is required. You must be humble. That yes, I'm going to learn something. You probably use the word eagerness. That's what it means. I'm going to hear something. My guru is going to speak through the speaker to me. Krishna is going to speak through the speaker to me. He is the representative of my Krishna and my guru. So let me go. That's the eagerness to hear. If you go to class with this attitude, you will hear. And surely they will send so many powerful things to facilitate your Christian consciousness. While somebody is sitting there, not one word get from the class. Prabhu, you went to Sunday field lecture. Yes, I was there. Can you share with me what related? Oh, the class was wonderful. Yeah, that's why I went to you. Can you share with me? What did you hear? It was so wonderful. So nice. He cannot say anything because he didn't hear anything. Like there's that lady who got drowned because he couldn't hear. Although she attended the class for 7 days, but he didn't hear one word. When the practical application came, she failed because he didn't hear. Similarly, we cannot practice if we don't hear. Only if we have heard, then we have something to practice. We're going to meditate on that. Oh, when will this become my nature? When will this become my spirit? Oh, Krishna, please, when will you permit me, invite me, take me to this association? It's only a person who had properly will pray like this, will beg like this, will be thinking like this. And by thinking like this, by praying like this, Krishna will let us in. He will surely let us in. Because that is the purpose of hearing. Practice makes perfect. And we will practice only if we have heard. Something else? Yes, bro. Very good.
Can you explain the process of hearing regarding japa? Regarding japa?
Hearing, if it is japa, means you should hear what you are chanting. You should hear what you are chanting, that is japa. And for us to hear, if it is japa I want to chant, if it is japa, then we should not have anything else to do. Nothing else. No conversation, no cell phone. Don't sit with a person who will engage you in discussion during japa. No management in the japa. You would seriously listen to the mantra you're chanting. As His Grace Mahatma Prabhu said, when I chant, I chant. When I chant, I chant. Means nothing in between me and the holy name. There's nothing in between us. It is two of us. Because I want the association of the holy name, therefore I must give him full attention. We will be connected. So we hear what we are chanting. That is japa. That is serious. That one can hear the mantra we are chanting. That is what will purify us. It is not the mantra we chanted that will purify us. It is what we have heard from the mantra we chanted. That will purify us. So Prabhupada said, chant with the tongue, hear with the ear. Two things required. All right? Yes, Prabhu.
So in the discourse, Maharaj, you gave the description of the narration of the two women that went to hear, and one, when they were passing through the river, one was able to pass through because he had, and then the other one drowned. Now, in this modern day world, the scenario is that a lot of people have so many clutters on their mind because of how their upbringing is, and so many things place in the context of how we hear, what we hear, how we apply what we hear. Now, hearing requires a certain level of discipline, which also requires, which is also from what we've passed through from childhood and all of that. Now, if we hear, a person that hears but is not able to practice it, does it mean that the person's life is useless, or the person is not wonderful enough? And a person that hears but is able to practice, does it mean that the person's life is also different from the other person? How does childhood upbringing clear the clutters of the mind so that we can truly hear and then faith and develop. I know you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes. It is true that many of us, our life is very, very complicated. Very, very complicated. Even to the point, because Hare Krishna, why do you greet me like that? Why do you greet me like that? Just greeting, you say Hare Krishna is a problem for some people. He greets me like that. That is so complicated. And with such a complication, hearing will be difficult because as we sit there, the mind is there, going through all those garbages. That's all garbages the mind will be going through. You don't hear anything because you're not concentrating. You know, when you are doing something and the mind is not there, how wonderful is that thing? Anything will do without your mind. How wonderful it is. Huh? You are cooking and the mind is not there. What will happen to your food? Huh? What will happen to your food? You are cooking, your mind is not there.
The salt will be too much.
Too much salt? Or to get burnt? Or no salt? You forget. Yes, you forget. Some people are like that. Whenever they're cooking, you have to ask for salt because they forgot. Why forgetting? Because the mind is not there. The mind is somewhere else. So complicated. So, does it mean such people's life is usually if we cannot help ourselves, not even somebody, if you cannot help ourselves, how useful is our life? How useful is our life? If you cannot help ourselves, first of all, you cannot even help ourselves. How useful is our life? It's not a wonderful life. Life is considered wonderful if you have connection with Krishna. So, in Christian consciousness, whatever may be our life, in connection with Krishna, it is wonderful. Because eventually, we're going to get clear of all those nonsense by the costless mercy of our chariots, the holy name, Lord Krishna, who get to pray. And for those who have the fortune that they can hear, that's wonderful, they will have the better chance that their success is guaranteed and on time. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam Asi. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Deva Maharaja ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Itai Gaur Dipema.